Like owning a Miguel O'Hara body pillow, which I don't do. That's not my obsession, but she's writing fanfics and she's restoring old episodes, and for some odd reason, this is just a crime against humanity. And y'all, as we already know, like right now, I've been into fanfictions and I'm pushing 30. I promise you, when I'm like 50, or even when I'm like 95 up in that nursing home, I'm gonna be up in my bed reading a fanfiction. Like, it's just a lifestyle.
Then the wetness, his thrust, his tongue deep into my ass. He sucked and licked and slurped and tongue, going from my pussy.
And if I'm like 75 and somebody pulls up on me like, you're too old to be enjoying life, I promise you, I'm gonna giggle, kick my feet, and turn the page of this enemies to lovers Wattpad smut. I don't think... Wait, no, I do think you're the a-hole in the situation. We knew I would say that, to be honest. And tell your sister Lena to hit me up because I need some fanfiction friends and I need someone to peer edit my fanfiction and I can peer edit hers. I will gladly read her work. Or maybe one day when she publishes the book, I'll have it delivered straight to my front doorstep using Book of the Month, today's sponsor. If you haven't heard of them already, Book of the Month is an online book service where each month you get to pick between 5 to 7 books that are handpicked by an editorial team to be delivered straight to your front doorstep. And y'all, the editorial team is good. They go through like hundreds and hundreds of books before selecting the best new books for that month. I like how the choices they give you help you like find new authors that you wouldn't usually hear of, and also help you kind of like explore beyond your typical genre. I need to explore. I need to get out of that romance bubble. So this month I got Divine Rivals, and this one is about 2 young rival journalists that find love through a magical connection. You're probably like, Deb, what happened to you exploring genre? I was reading the synopsis for this and they also mentioned like a war that could seal their fate, so I'm stepping into adventure. I also got What the River Knows, and I'm pretty sure this one is a historical fantasy set in 1800s Egypt. They also have a mobile app which makes it super easy to choose your book of the month, and for new members they now offer 2 formats where you can choose from an audiobook or a hardcover book each month. If you're interested, you can head to bookofthemonth.com, and for a limited time you can join and get your first book of the month for just $5 using the code for you. I'll also put the link in the code in the description box below so you guys can check them out. And thank you, Book of the Month, for sponsoring today's video. Am I the a-hole for telling my grandma she has no right to look through my statements even though she's paying the bill? I, 23 function, am in college and working part-time for money, so naturally I need some assistance. My grandma pays my credit card bill, which isn't that much each month. Maybe like $300 to $400. I feel like that's a lot, but maybe that's just me. My grandparents are well off, so she offered so I have less stress. The address on the account is her address, so it gets sent there, but the statement has my name on it. The problem arose last month when I slept with this guy and had a pregnancy scare. I ordered a pregnancy test online and luckily it was nothing. My grandma called me questioning me about it. I had no idea how she knew until she told me she saw it on my Amazon statement. To say I was pretty pissed off is putting it light. I yelled and said she had zero right to do that. Even if she's paying, I'm an adult. And what she did is a blatant breach of privacy. She said if I want privacy, I can pay for it myself. And that if I want her to pay it, then she has the right to look through the statements when they come because it's her money. I won't go into a lot of detail, but she also made a number of slut-shaming comments, and now I feel other family members know and are snickering about me. Her offer to help me shouldn't come with strings attached, is what I told her. She keeps insisting she did nothing wrong and that I am a spoiled little brat. We currently haven't been speaking, which sucks because we're usually very close. Literally none of my family is on my side here, but all my sorority sisters are saying that I'm right and what she did was a major breach of privacy. I see why you're frustrated because like you don't expect your grandma to like go through each individual transaction and analyze what you're doing and what you're spending it on, because that can kind of feel like somebody's like hovering over every single purchase you make. But also it is her money. I feel like any parent or grandparent or any adult who's like financing someone, especially their child, they're gonna at least review it to make sure that they're not buying something shady. Like what if you're buying like 30 grams of snow? I will say though, the comments that she made were definitely a little out of pocket, because why are you, my grandma, shaming me? As if you haven't been young before too. I don't think grandma is the a-hole for reading the bank statements, but she is for calling you a slut. Sorry. That's definitely a little much. Am I the a-hole for telling your guests they're unwelcome after I invited them? I'm celebrating my birthday and planned via a WhatsApp group. The plan was to go see a show. I added the first batch of guests because at first I was unsure if I could afford paying for everyone I wished to. So I added the priority persons, including Emma. I explained the plan and everyone expressed the desire to come. The exception being a girl who said she can't make it, and Emma, who was silent. Then I added the second batch, including Emma's brother, and re-explained the plan, and again was met with everyone's affirmative answer, including Emma's brother. Emma was dead silent. I asked them to vote in a poll so I know the ticket number. Everyone voted yes, except the girl who said no and Emma. Emma didn't vote anything, didn't say anything, and just left us on red. I assumed she doesn't want to come because she couldn't even be bothered to text, and went ahead and brought tickets for those who voted yes. Later that week, Emma started asking me more details about my birthday, such as what time we meet, etc. I politely explained to her that since she didn't answer, I didn't take her into account and didn't get her a ticket. She was shocked, I honestly can't see why, and asked me to get her a ticket because she totally wants to come. I would have, except the tickets were sold out by that time. She called me an a-hole for inviting her and doing this, and told me it's humiliating. Who is this humiliating to? Girl, you didn't say nothing. I explained that I asked everyone more times to confirm and she never did. She told me she was busy and never saw the messages, or when she saw there's a lot of them, she didn't have time to read them all. I can understand she's busy, but let's be fair. We have phones strapped to our hands. Besides, I let them think for a couple days. It's not like it was only a 2-hour window in which I awaited confirmation. And if she indeed couldn't be bothered to read anything else than the group title, couldn't she DM me to tell me she's attending? She said I should have made sure she's not coming, but I don't think it's my responsibility. Some other people said I should have DM'd her, but I already provided all the details in the group. I don't think it's up to me to reach out separately to her if she's in the group chat and seeing the messages. If she couldn't spare the time to reply to my invitation, why should I go beyond the lengths? Am I the a-hole? This is like basic birthday etiquette. If you want to go to somebody's birthday or event that they're having, you have to RSVP and let them know. This isn't like she's having a birthday at her house and it's like whoever wants to come, just pull up, have fun, whatever. The birthday girl has to plan ahead to make sure that there's like enough seats. She can plan for everybody, like financially, transportation, all of that she has to plan. And all you have to do on your part is say yes or no, I can attend. And Miss Emma girl did not do neither. Was the what's that poll too much for you? I guess. I mean, I know it's been a long day, it's been a long year. I understand, Emma girl, but you really did not have to do much on your part. And why is she getting mad? Like, this is exactly how the situation played out in my head. Hey, I'm having a party next week for my birthday and it's gonna be downtown. Yeah, we're gonna go see a show. Just let me know if you want to come or not and we'll get the tickets. Is that a yes? Is that a no? Like, you just like, do you want to come or okay, I'm gonna take your radio silence as a no. Well, when did I say I wasn't coming?
Girl, what the fuck is you talking about?
Yeah, girl, I wouldn't buy Emma's ticket either. I'm sorry, does that make me a bad person? I feel like it was so straightforward. Let me know if you want to come. If you don't let me know, you're not coming. Yeah, I do not think you're the a-hole, girl. And I hope you had fun at your party. Am I the a-hole for complimenting my wife? What is the story behind this? Okay, so I, 26 female, love my wife, 25 female. She's an amazing woman. She's kind, gentle, beautiful, and I love being with her. Wait, that's cute. I can't read sentences like that when I'm on my cycle. So sorry, so sorry. That being said, she's not the most confident person. When we were still just dating, she often talked down on herself or let other people talk down on her. I tried my hardest to instill some confidence within her, and although she still sometimes makes negative comments about her appearance or intelligence, she doesn't do it as often. All that to say, whenever I see an opportunity to uplift her, I take it. I've fallen into the habit of giving her compliments all the time, which I think is a normal thing for wives to do for their partners anyway. I come from a family of 5. My mom, stepdad, older brother, Greg, me, and my sister, Yvonne. However, the problem lies with my sister. She recently got out of a long relationship that she always thought was going to last forever. I was sad for her because she was very upset, but her ex wasn't really the nicest to her, and she often complained about how he never complimented her. Our mother's birthday was a few days ago, and she wanted to go out to a pretty fancy restaurant since this birthday was a milestone. My wife spent so much time shopping since she was convinced nothing she tried on looked good, and then she finally found a dress she liked, which she made look gorgeous, and I made sure she knew it. When we got to the restaurant, my family complimented my wife on her new dress and me on my outfit. My stepdad remarked about how we made a lovely couple. I could tell Yvonne was upset by the comments, so I thanked my stepdad swiftly and changed the subject. We began our meal and everything was going great until I looked over and saw my wife smiling. I told her something along the lines of, "You have the most beautiful smile." which again upset my sister. She then talked about how it was weird how obsessed I was with my wife, especially in public and around her when I knew she just had a really bad breakup. I felt bad at first, but then she continued saying wife's name wasn't that great and I needed to stop lying to her, which I felt was super rude and uncalled for. I could also tell my wife was upset since she likes my sister and thought they were friends. I told her that she needed to grow up, stop making her failed relationship everyone else's problem, and that it was not our fault her boyfriend didn't like her enough to show her affection. Greg and our mother agreed that what Yvonne said was really rude, but